thing I sit on top of the speaker.
Oh, there you go.
The boomba. I put it right here so I don't
I mean, that's all good. Yeah, man, that's an old school one right there,
I
man.
remember. I have a
I'll
picture.
connect it as a speaker.
I have a picture. I was 16.
Yeah.
I was hoping. You know, really. Te caía una vez. That way I can fall with style.
Yeah, go ahead, fall down, go like this. Cuando te
You know,
caiga.
you're doing the knee spin.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Ahí está. Let's see. There we go.
We're sharing this mic?
No, it's good. Yeah, I'm gonna shut off the sound right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I was gonna use that. So close to the thing. Yeah. I appreciate the shirt coming out, man.
Yeah.
My buddy got one, but I guess you changed your. Oh no, because this is off the album, huh?
That's the new one.
Yeah, because he got one, but I think it said what
The old ones, the I Know Bad Boys.
Yeah,
But that one still says I Know Bad Boys too. But it was different. It was right here.
Yeah.
In old English letters.
Órale. Ooh, man. Yeah. Let's see what I got here. Let's see what I got right here.
This microphone is connected to these speakers?
Actually, yeah, it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is.
Because I heard your when you were announcing the interview, but you sounded a little bit far away, and I thought you had a microphone off.
Oh, really? No, it's just right here. But actually, that one is, to be honest with you. Yeah, actually is. The thing is, I would need another microphone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds a little. Let's see.
Or you could put it in the middle right here, where we can still talk and it's on, right? Because you'll hear some sound come out louder than us.
Yeah.
I'll get closer. Yeah, we can both talk right here. Test 1 2 test 1 2. That don't happen.
All right, do it now. All right, it's on. Yeah, there you go.
Test 1 2 test. That's just because they're pointing straight at the bocina. That's why. Test 1 2. Test 1 2 1 2 test. Testing 1 2.
Oh, así no baja.
There you go, right there. That's good.
Órale.
At least you're talking and it sounds a little bit like
louder. There we go. Ahí está.
Yes.
All right. Sorry about that, raza. There we go.
Now.
We got raza. I got the YouTube going live right now. All right. There we go.
Surround sound,
raza. All right. So check it out, raza. I want to thank everybody that's going to join today. Toda la raza is watching right now to my Tejano show. También it's on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, a lot of the raza already knows it's on DJ JR Music Live Productions. Y aquí también, just share it as well. And I'm right here con este camarada from Houston, Texas. My hometown, Houston, Texas. Mundo, a.k.a. Mundo y Cielo.
What's up? Saludos a todos.
What's up, carnal? So check it out, brother. Someone let the raza know, a little bit about you. I've been posting this already, I think, with días. So, what side of town are you from Houston?
I grew up on the west side of town by, listen, west side, because west side is downtown.
Orale.
I-10 West.
Uh-huh.
Grew up in Cottage Grove, right off of TC Jester in I-10.
Orale.
Yeah, the stomping grounds.
Cool. And with the familia, I was reading your deal and you said it was a family of 12. And are you the oldest one or are you?
No, we're 12 and there's a lot of brothers and sisters.
All right.
I'm actually the second to the youngest.
Okay.
And my little brother, he's the baby.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And all your brothers, growing up, did everybody listen to Tejano music, or like were you the only one that got into it?
No, everybody at the house has always been listening to Tejano music.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with it, especially our generation. Growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Tejano was a household music brand.
And that's when it was hitting hard in the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I was telling people that I remember we used to go to the dances for school, and the dances were Tejano music. You know, it was like you had to know how to dance. And the habían bailes in high school. That's I don't think that's there no more.
Shoot, I remember even back in the days when I went to Pew Elementary. Believe it or not, you know who wanted to play? It was kind of weird because we're so little, we didn't even know. La Sombra.
Oh yeah.
When I was like 4th grade.
They had to be in their team.
And we were just like, right? Not even, hell no, man. I'm still kid, man. I'm 42.
Like that.
Hey, we were like this. We were like, we were like, what the hell is this?
He's cool, man. I've met him before, man. They're good people. I ran into him a few times in San Antonio.
Yeah.
But he's a good guy, man. Him and his
Toda la raza, huh? That's cool.
Yeah, but that I still remember that, and I think we used to grow up. We used to get Pancho Claus to come out there.
Oh, I remember Pancho Claus all the time back in the day.
Yeah, so you would have little kinds of events and participation for certain people.
Yeah.
Which now like I said, when we were growing up, it was Tejano music, and we're having our festivals or Christmas bailes.
Yeah.
Elementary school talent shows. It was always surrounded by our culture. Culture, man. Yeah, man. I mean, we listening to the old like Domingo Sandoval, all those Salivar, all the old school conjuntos.
Yeah.
Little Joe, his familia.
Little Joe. Yeah, I remember también the Middle Outdoor Theater back in the day.
Yeah, it was different back then because I think a lot of people too was my family. They came in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And at that time, my dad himself was in his late 20s.
Yeah.
So they were trying to get hip to what was hip here.
Yeah.
Y según antes no había estaciones en español, estaba la tremenda.
Oh, la tremenda.
La USA.
Yeah.
And that was one of them. There was another one. But this is what they used to tell me.
Yeah.
Then, which is when they barely got here in the early 70s. Barely you can hear the stations, but they would share the station, and so the older Tejano was actually considered to be música mexicana too. It wasn't a genre or like the way it is now. Hoy escuchas norteño, Tejano, or the corridos.
Yeah.
I heard the new one called soft norteño.
Oh no! I think it's norteño light. Norteño light.
I was no, but so back in the day it was just that.
Yeah.
And so they used to say the stories about going to Pan American. I think Pan American was one of the ones.
Oh, andale, yeah.
Back in the day, that they used to want to be involved because that kind of music was Tejano.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the music that I basically grew up in my house, because we would listen to all those conjunto bands.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And like you said right here, like I was looking at that, you're talking about, let's say that you're musically inclined around but they had other music that they listened to. But you said that you were the only one that came out and listened to more Tejano music, right? Out of your family?
Everybody's in my family. There's musicians. I got family that are musically inclined.
Oh, okay.
My uncles used to do rondallas with guitars. So
órale.
They do the trio thing. Uno requinteaba, the other fill in and play, or all three of them with the vocals.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to them. I got cousins that have a band in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's kind of funny. But trying to see the trayectoria of family and music.
Yeah.
I started finding all this out. Plus, my brothers are musicians. My brothers, they play in church. I got my older brothers that play in church.
Oh. Okay.
And my nephews are musicians. Some are even rappers.
Oh, a bit of everything, but
yeah, but see, they all grew up with music.
Yeah, so it's anything music, but it's there.
Yeah, so but I am the only one singing Tejano.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
right.
So yeah.
Are they real supportive on you with that?
They are, man. My family, we grew up hardcore. They're hardcore.
Oh, okay.
They support. They don't go to the shows like other people do. For one, because a lot of them, they're in the ministry. Church.
Yeah.
But the way they support you is, they know how to do, how to encourage you. It's kind of weird because when family's doing it, with the good impulse to for you to keep going. And but they're very supportive.
They're supportive.
They're always asking me.
They don't go to shows, but they support you any other way.
Yeah,
Right?
they're always there. They know I'm okay. We grew up with that tough love and
tough love, right?
Like, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's they're always every time they ask me, when not asking me, but when they say to me and they say, yeah, I see you're doing great, and that's what matters. So
that's cool.
To me, that's support.
That's super awesome, bro. Por madre. Y otra cosa. Now I was reading también on your deal también que when you were younger, how old were you when you said that you would see a band play like near your home? That's when you kind of started like you start checking them out or what?
There was I was and like I said, I guess that was already I was in the early '90s there.
Yeah.
By then, yeah. So I grew up on Market Street.
Okay.
And in the back of the street, back of the park area, it's kind of going towards the end of the neighborhood, so it's the darker alleys. No, back then that's walking back and forth to there, and there was a friend of mine's house in the backyard.
Okay.
This guy was always jamming to Tejano music, and there was always guys, older cats, man, hanging outside and making noise, and one time I remember going back there and just kind of like, hey, what's up? They're like, hey, what's up? Is this little vato,
Yeah.
He even had a little bar, I want to say, man, I kid you not, if 6 people in there, you're crowded.
Yeah.
I mean, it was small, and he had his drums.
Yeah.
He had his drums, and he had a keyboard, guitars and bass, and he had a little area that he called the Monkey Bar.
The Monkey Bar.
It was a little mini bar.
Oh.
But I remember because he used to make emphasis about his bar, and he called it the Monkey Bar.
The Monkey Bar.
Every time you come here, little vato, you're more than welcome to the Monkey Bar. and they would always be smoking weed and everything. So I would show up, and I remember one time it was just that guy.
Yeah.
And he was doing something afinando or something, because I remember he had some of the instruments outside.
Yeah.
So I showed up and I walked up and I asked if I could play on his drums.
All right.
And he goes, yeah, and he had the microphone on like this. And I got on the drums and I started kind of doing this, and I started playing because I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
I play drums a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to that.
And I was singing La Bamba.
Oh, all right.
And I was playing it at the same time and singing.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, he got on the guitar and he started following me along with what I was singing. And and I didn't stop because I was jamming.
Yeah.
And he had that face where he's into it. So
Yeah.
I think eventually I didn't know the rest of the song or something. Because I just got on the drums and he got excited.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey man, you got he said something referring to my voice at first, but he was like, you play drums and I'm looking for a drummer.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Anyway, so ahí me comprometí con él y llegaban chavos, we're going to show you how to play Tejano.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get it, man.
You just couldn't get the rhythm or what?
No,
what were you playing? Like, what were you used to?
I was just, it was that pedal that, and I kept losing tempo and doing drum rolls that didn't go in.
Yeah.
And, the regular beat I was playing was just, I had this number. But when you do Tejano, everything's timed.
Yeah.
But they're singing songs. And I kind of remember. I think they were singing songs like, Vestida de color de rosa. So I'm trying to get into the boom.
Yeah.
I couldn't do all that. So they would get frustrated.
No.
Yeah, because so the guys, I guess they assumed that this guy found the drummer and they got, let's do this. But when they showed up, it was just a guy that was filling in.
Yeah.
And they turned to the guy. Like,
yeah.
I thought you said you had
you had a real drummer.
Yeah. And he was like, give him a chance, man. He's here every day.
Yeah.
and we're going to teach him. All right. But and then from there, it's really, I think they ended up getting a show on Washington Avenue.
Yeah.
At some bar. And they needed a drummer because they found a drummer, but he didn't show up, and I was their last resort.
And how did that show go?
I didn't even go.
Oh, it didn't go.
No.
Hell no.
I kid you not, I was 11.
11 years old.
So they didn't let me in the bar.
Oh, Sí, ¿verdad?
It was crazy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. A ver. Y, okay, let's right here. Let's fast forward a little bit. So you got older, and at what age did you start doing the karaoke bars? When you start feeling like, when you said like people started liking the way you sang,
I was looking to, we were hanging out a few places and people were doing it. And then I didn't think much of it. But one day I finally started just getting up there and sing just because I like certain songs.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see, I just wanted to sing because I sing them at home.
All right. But before that, like, were you like, before you even went to karaoke bars, were you like practice at the house?
Yeah, no, at the house. We grew up, like I said, I grew up around music.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't
as a teenager.
Yeah.
I would go to youth events. I was not not shy person
to get up on the microphone and sing. So when you got on karaoke, it was just like simple.
Yeah.
Just jamming.
And honestly, I didn't even do it to entertain anybody. I wanted to just do it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I remember telling the guy, "Hey, do you have this song?" And it wasn't even the proper titles that I was asking him. But he goes, "Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. You want to try?" I said, "Yeah, let me try it." And I would sing and sit down, and people would come up to me. Yeah. "Hey, man, you sound really good, man." I didn't think nothing of it. Like, thank you. I wasn't here to entertain you, but and from there, it was like, let's go to another place. Well, they started, friends I would go with would be like, "Hey, we're gonna go to this karaoke, and everybody's going, and they want you to go."
Yeah.
And it's like, why? They want you to sing the songs, and they want you to. I'm like, oh, okay. I caught on.
Yeah.
But that's really where it started, man. I started kind of getting into it. It's funny because I went to Buffalo Friends one time.
Yeah.
You know Buffalo.
Yeah, they're right there on 610. Yeah.
And they had karaoke nights on Wednesdays. Mm-hmm. So I'll kind of fast forward to where it started to really change.
Yeah.
So they had karaoke Wednesday, and I remember when I was doing the songs, a few times I was showing up every Wednesday just for that now.
Yeah.
So I would tell my homeboy, let's go have some beers. But back of my mind, like, I'll do karaoke too.
Yeah.
And we would do our thing and get compliments. And after a while, the DJ would show up. He goes, "Hey, yo, what's that?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Every time I show, he said, right to the front. And he would see me walk into the front and call me straight.
Get on here, get on.
He had a list set up already.
Already that you
guys. Porque me las aventaba, ya no era de que yo las pedía, ahora me las aventaba, try this.
Yeah, well,
just try it. Yeah. Anyways, so fast forward again. Now he's probably maybe a half year into doing it there, and I'm popping up every other week. And so finally, one day, it would start getting packed on that way.
Yeah.
So people were coming up to me until somebody actually came up to me and said this. We started coming on Wednesdays because we know you perform here on Wednesdays. Yeah. And I go, perform? What do you mean? Like, yeah, that's what my mom said, and her friend, and there's a lot of people there.
They're already like, hey, go
there. They thought it was a show because I would start to sing and they start dancing.
Oh,
now this is karaoke.
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
I got you.
And so, some of the songs I would sing were like Ram Herrera, La Mafia, Jay Perez, and some of Emilio. So people were dancing these songs.
Yeah.
And they put a tip jar. They were tipping.
Damn, that's
then they're bringing me buckets. And the DJ was like, "Hey, it's for you, eh? Like, that's not for me either."
Yeah, that's all you.
And I was like, "But I tell you, I don't perform here, man.
Yeah.
I'm sitting over there."
He goes, "Hey, let me drink a beer, man."
But I took the buckets because they were giving them to me.
Shit.
But what I'm saying is, like, I didn't think nothing of it. Oh, good gesture, because thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, my wife says you can sing this song, this and that. So finally, they asked me, "Do you have a band?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I don't have a band." Like, "Oh, we thought you were playing somewhere in some special show." I go, "No, I don't have a band. I don't do nothing." And that's when I started kind of thinking,
man, I'm trying to do
it. Take it more serious. And I did. And I was actually out one night, and I was with a friend of mine. He told me, he said, "Hey, there's a team, man, of promoters. They promote new talent, and they're always supporting the Tejano movement."
Yeah.
And it was according to these promotions, and they were going to karaoke bars sometimes, looking for people that were doing it.
Yeah.
Well, I went over and they just, they fell in love with the voice, They were like, we need to put you in the right spot. So I started getting advice from different people, meeting different people.
Yeah.
And that's another that's a whole different road there after.
Yeah. So after that, after the karaoke, and then you started singing there y todo eso, I'm sure not in many other places también, ¿verdad? Other bars, ¿verdad? Después de eso, um, este, how long was it like? Because you said in 2015 you did that one song, the one you wrote, right?
Yeah.
And but so this album, so had been working on, because it's on the album, on this album, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't. Were you working on this album that long?
No. So I want to say 2013 is where I started my endeavor.
Okay.
And I think what a lot of new upcoming bands probably need to understand this or hear it, I guess.
Yeah.
And probably people that have a band now probably will understand it now. But first of all, music, if you want to take it somewhere, you got to be serious about it.
Oh yeah.
If you play with it, that's all it's ever going to be.
Yeah.
You're never going to get out of what you do. You got to grab that and shake it somewhere.
Oh, I got you.
And so you have to work. Yeah. And you got to go out there and meet people. You got to go out there and spend time somewhere, and start giving it a little bit more attention, and then take it where it needs to be taken.
Yeah.
And I started finding musicians, and it wasn't easy. Musicians that don't know you.
Yeah.
And I was able to bring good music because at the time nobody was singing certain songs that I was able to sing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard to find musicians that would sing that kind of music. So some of these guys that played progressive music were into that. They like that. These musicians don't like the whole primera y segunda y tercera kind of music, or even just they like challenges.
Yeah.
So I attracted a lot of good musicians, but they don't know me. So it took a struggle, for them to get familiar with who I was and if I was that serious.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. So they want to say, like, take you serious. Like, this dude really wants to make a band, right?
and they want to know if you're structured.
Yeah.
They want to know if you're organized.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do? What do you want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard at the beginning because you're somebody coming out of the woodworks, and musicians have been playing for a long time with bands. The people that I actually, some of them that are still with me to this day, they've played with. They're Grammy Award winners, and they played with.
Yeah, was it in Loredo? Your current player.
Ruben Loredo. I didn't want to say names, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Because now that way I could say it.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna start to explain. He was one of them.
Yeah.
Ruben Loredo was there since day one.
Since day one. He's a bad player, man.
As soon as he started coming around, he says, "So Mundo, what do you want to do?" Because that man, he's a smart man.
Yeah.
He's humble and he loves music.
Yeah.
And he's been with musicians, he's been with bands, and he has his own. He's asking me from what ground do I stand at?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go with this? Which is, to me, I was kind of hearing, how serious are you about this and what you have in mind or goals? And I explained to him, I want to start a band, and this is a set list right here. By that time, I already had everything. I had a set list developed, and I was looking into session rooms and hooking up with certain people. Man, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I was blessed with the right people.
Cool.
And different musicians. The other one's Alex Elias. He's a bass player. He's been there for a long time too. Yeah. Cool. From almost since when I started. And him too. It's funny. He's a good friend of mine. He's like a brother to me now. In the beginning, he was just like iffy, which is like everybody is.
Yeah.
And he's just too good to be true. He was like, and once we start, and then the business part about it too. Like how you. We're gonna go do this first show, for instance.
What was the deal?
How did you organize this? Because they know I'm new.
Yeah.
And I said, don't even worry about it. I'm paying you ahead of time.
Yeah.
And so, okay,
Oh, that's happy. I like that.
That kind of like, well, okay.
Okay, we're good now. Shit.
Where do I play?
Yeah, exactly.
And I understand business, and money. I know. So, that part wasn't. And once you get into these other things, that's a whole different topic. But after that, I think that's really in the midst of that.
Yeah.
I started to perform, I was already into trying to write some music.
Orale. All right.
So I want to say around 2014, it didn't the rubber didn't hit the pavement until 2015.
Really? Orale.
But as soon as it did, all these songs were born.
Really?
Yeah.
So you've been working on it, right?
I was trying to work on something.
Yeah.
Never focused on a song I want to. But I was so focused on trying to get all these new songs that I want to play because I was starting to go to shows.
Yeah.
I was going to fanfare, and I noticed a lot of bands were singing the same songs over and over.
Over and over, yeah.
And I started noticing why they don't sing certain songs. I started catching on.
Yeah.
And I said, man, but I can sing them.
Yeah.
So I started singing one time, and I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'll come back. But I remember singing a few times, playing certain songs from Jay Perez.
Yeah.
And they were telling me, like, hey, man, you sound just like Jay Perez, man. He's just singing them songs. And I go, is that? I said, well, I don't know, but I sing in his tonos.
Yeah.
So it will sound similar, but you're not mimicking his voice.
No, you got a whole different voice, but you hit the right tones.
You're using the same keys, and it can sound like if it is, but you know it's not. Versus somebody mimicking, and I was like, well, I don't know how to mimic. 'Cause I'm not good at mimicking. To be honest with you, because my voice is just one type of voice. It's kind of weird, so I never even tried. But you can tell when somebody on stage is doing it. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
And so I never wanted to do that. I was like, I even told the guys, because after a while they were suggesting, hey, try this. To be honest, I think I started singing them songs like that because they were saying, try this one.
Yeah, like.
And I was like, all right. And I would try it. And then I said, how's that sound? They would look at each other like, that's badass, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And they would say, and I used to hear them say, did y'all changing the keys? It was, are you feeling you're forcing or you're low too low or too high? And I was like, no. He goes, man, we didn't change the key. That's the key that's on the CD.
Oh.
So it was easy for them to go over them with me.
Yeah.
They didn't have to change no keys on there. And sessions were great, were fun. And we got a lot of work done as far as, getting ready for our gig. Or we would perform.
Yeah.
And then on my own, I started, starting at the house.
Yeah.
To write their music, and that's when I wrote Whatever
That's an awesome song.
2015.
That's a cool song, man. And I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of gente that went to fanfare, I'm sure a lot of people probably missed you out there because I tell you, the first time I told Jose, hey man, my boy's playing over there, man. I said, go check him out. And believe it or not, I remember that day. There were some people around me. And they were like, because you throw on the shirts and todo eso, right? And then I remember they was like, man, who's that dude right there? Man, I want a CD. I wanted a CD. Like, people already asking. They're like around me. I overhear them and stuff like that. But that's the first time I see you, you know what I mean? And I said, man, dude, has a good voice, man. Just like, because ain't too many people, I'll be honest with you, they don't sing Jay Pettis songs. They don't. And you're like you're the only dude that I know of here in Houston, like the bands, that do like quinceañeras and so on. They don't sing those songs. They do not, because I haven't heard them. They sing like, La Fiebre, they'll do, but they never sing like Jay Pettis songs. Like, and I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's one of your favorite artists, or you got other ones?
It is one of my favorites because they were so comfortable to sing on.
Yeah. And
I think when I was doing the karaoke, there was always 2 or 3 from Jay Pettis. Because those were songs that I didn't, no me forzaba mucho. So it was like they were fun to sing, no matter how.
Felt real comfortable.
Yeah. Now, I would try to do mafia songs, and I would do them a little higher.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying I would worry about some.
Yeah.
Well, these were the songs that I didn't,
yeah.
And so those were never questionable. I would always do them, and I started getting comfortable singing them, and then I remember that I got a phone call. I can't say no names, but I'll just say the story.
All right.
So I got a phone call at the time. This was right before. During when I was trying to do the band.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing a band. I was trying to get musicians to help me play. Does that make sense? Yeah, because it wasn't formal.
Yeah.
It
wasn't planned out.
You want to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get some guys to help me. It wasn't even a band.
Yeah.
I mean, like a formal band.
Exactly. Yeah.
So a lot of people, I started getting phone calls. I got it around some people.
Yeah.
That wanted, hey, man, we need a singer. Hey, man, we we need a singer, and I'll go to the session rooms and like, oh man, we're going, hey man, come next week, come this week. For some reason or another, it didn't work out some. And then I got at least 2 phone calls from people that everybody has heard before. They're bands, known bands. They're actually playing right now.
Yeah.
They needed singers. They wanted me to sing, and they made all these propositions. And whoever was gonna go in there was gonna go in there and do what they say.
Yeah.
Go with what they had, and I declined because I was really enjoying doing what I wanted to do.
That's cool.
I felt that if I was gonna go in their band,
yeah,
I'm gonna strictly sing their music
only. Exactly.
And I didn't like that because I felt the fact that I was barely coming up.
Yeah.
Enjoying this, and everybody, like I said, now you're singing whatever.
Yeah.
Or anything. And I was enjoying it versus when they came to me, and then it crosses your mind because you're like, well, maybe this is an opportunity. Because who are you, right? Nobody knows you.
Yeah.
And what if one day you stand in front of a stage with this known band, because you know this band, I'm not going to say it. And I said to myself, well, maybe I could take the opportunity, but what if I'm stopping the opportunity for me to do something?
Exactly.
And it was a risk. So some people would be like, man, that's that band, fool. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
And then I had a friend that told me, fool, you're going to miss out. That was your opportunity. And I said to myself, I don't think so, man. Something deep down inside, was like telling me, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lost opportunity. And it had nothing to do with the band. It had a lot to do with the decisions that I was making. So inclining towards my decisions, I was thinking, I'm working really hard I'm doing it. I'm really finding it. It's like when you dig in slowly, you start to find little gold chips. Yeah. You don't want to stop. Mm-hmm. It's something giving you the reason to dig. Exactly. And then somebody tells you, hey, well, come over here. We're already done. And it belongs to them. You just ride along, and it's like, that's what you're looking like. Well, that's their dream, and you have to follow this. And at the end, I said, but if all fails, you can one day call somebody back. Yeah. If they want you, they want you. If you don't, they don't, whatever. Yeah. No hard feelings. I'll go back to what I was doing because I liked it anyway.
Cool. Está bien. That's all good, man. Luego, as far as in the future, who would you like to collaborate with? Like in the future, who would you like in your mind? Like, man, I'd like to collaborate with that artist. You ever thought about stuff like that?
Yeah.
Who would you?
Well, there's a lot of people because as the time after I started really getting involved and performing in different places and getting my feet in there and meeting them and everything. Yeah. Well, every year was a different artist that I wanted to do something with because I didn't know where I could take my vocals to. Exactly. And I remember one day I did collaborated uneventfully, or I don't know, but it wasn't planned. And I got to sing with David Farias on stage, and I loved it. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, if we talk about now, our music style is a whole different style. Right?
Yeah, he's like more like a Mundo, but like an upbeat, right? But not like with this jazzy style at all.
Right. So there, like I said, at that time, it was a great experience to collaborate.
Well, yeah,
because he didn't collaborate with no one. Yeah. And David is a good friend of mine. I haven't seen him in years, but you know what? Every time when we get to meet each other face to face again, every time it's as if the day that he remembers me and I remember him. And he's a good guy, and I love his music.
That's awesome, man.
But every year I started getting an opportunity. Yeah. Well, the band started to kind of form, and I started opening up for certain bands, and I had the privilege to open up for David Lee Garza. For the Garcia brothers, I was able to open up for Ramon Ayala. Mm-hmm. I opened up for Jimmy Gonzalez. And who else? I don't know who else. It was somebody else. And but I wanted to reach out to David Lee.
All right, David Lee.
Okay, so now at this point, I have the band. I've been playing, and I found my,
You feel more comfortable, right?
Yeah, my vereda. Because I said, you know what, it would be nice that if I ever did wanted to perform with the band, I said, I would love to do it with David Lee. And I'm going to say why. And if he ever sees this, I met him one time, just that one time. Yeah. But we're friends on Facebook, I think. Anyway, he played in the San Antonio Rose in Rosenberg.
All right.
Is it Richmond or Rosenberg? It's
That's
over
it.
there in
No,
Highway 6.
San Antonio Rose. That's That's in.
It's closed now.
Yeah, it's like a little bit before Sugarland, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we opened up for them, and Wowie is their sax player. I met him. I was talking more to him, and I told him because I said, "Hey man, you know what? They had, I think, Martinez, the one they got right now.
Yeah.
And he's already singing with them. And I remember coming up to walking up and telling them that I would like to collaborate with them.
All right.
What is it, 1392, the CD?
1392? Yeah, where he's in, is it an accordion or something?
Well, they got all the old school, they're all dressed old school.
Oh, no, that ain't 1392.
Is it? I might have it wrong, man.
Yeah.
Why you please? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, David Lee.
It was where David Lee featured Jay Perez, and they were singing, Como una paloma, Sinidal.
Oh, yeah.
Tristeza, Con el tiempo, and all those other.
That's it right there, Con el tiempo.
Con el tiempo.
Yeah,
Okay, there you go.
That's the name of it.
But they refer to it as something. Anyways, I don't want to emphasize myself. Well, anyways, that whole CD, I was able to sing those songs, man, and even the country song. Okay, so anyways, here we go. So I wanted to collaborate with them. I wanted to talk to David Garza, that if he ever wanted to give me an opportunity, that if he wanted to do an event here in Houston to come, that if he can give me 45 minutes and I can kick in, some of those old school songs on the same tonos. They wouldn't have to change nothing.
Yeah.
It would be like playing all over again.
Exactly, yeah.
And I thought it would be something cool for them because after all the things that they have, Marco Orozco is a different style than. For a lot of people that don't know this as they're watching, David Lee Garza, the reason why I wanted to also collaborate was because David Lee Garza has that gift of bringing out these singers, and these singers, all the singers that went through David Lee's band are now solo artists, not solo artists, but now they have their own name, and which is now I'm gonna say the names. It's Marcos Orozco, Ram Herrera, Emilio Navarra, Jay Perez, and then after that there was Joaquin.
Yeah, Mark Ledesma.
It was Joaquin, Mark Ledesma, and now it's Martinez. These guys making a name for themselves because David Lee's a humble guy, man. And I see people, I learned this in my life to read people by their actions. And this guy, he's a humble guy, man. I don't hang around with him. I don't spend time with him, but I have friends that know him, and I see the way he is. And I got to say hi to him that one night. And we didn't get to talk much. Now, the only thing I did say that night was like, and this is a rule for bands, too, that are coming up. Don't ever play somebody else's music. If you're opening up for La Mafia, don't go singing all the Mafia songs before they get on stage.
That'd be wrong. I ain't gonna lie.
It's like a DJ. If a DJ is doing this thing before Garcia Brothers are gonna play, don't play Garcia Brothers all day long before they get on stage.
You don't do that. That's a rule right there.
It's an ethical thing, right?
It's a rule, Raza.
It's an ethic within the Tejano, scene.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I wanted to sing a song that they sang. Yeah. But the reason why was because first of all, I knew they're not gonna sing.
Really?
Because Jay Perez wasn't with them anymore, and I knew Humble and Martinez was with them, so I was like, well, he don't sing them, I know. And so I said, hey, Wally, I said, ask David, man, if it'd be okay, because I wanted to give them an introduction and say, hey guys, in good harmony, and would like to give David Lee Garza and the Musicales una bienvenida for everybody, who's here to see them.
Exactly.
Here's a little taste of what what we knew of his music, blah blah blah, and then sing it. And it was that country song, the one that says.
Is it that real slow one? Or no, it goes. What's it?
The one that says, "Here I lay and try to sleep
on this big old empty bed."
I told Wowie, he goes, "Oh man, you gonna sing that song? Can you sing it?" But he was referring to, you gonna sing that song? Oh man, we ain't played that song since Jay was with us.
I don't know anybody that could sing it, to be honest with you. You're right.
So that's the reason why I said that.
Yeah.
It won't mess up their settings, okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
So, al contrario, it was gonna be something that'd be like, you know, pues, como dándoles a ellos el gusto también. Because
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit, we're not singing that, but if we use this, and yeah. And so he came back. He goes, man, yeah. He said, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, man. That's what he said. He goes, yeah, cool. He said it's cool.
Yeah.
All right. And I told everybody, I said, look, just want to let y'all know, it was okay for me to do this. And I'd like to sing this song.
That's a jam right there.
Anyways, I started singing it, and then while we was on the side of the stage, man,
what was he like? Yeah.
yeah, I started singing, and I started singing it, and then I started getting to the part where it says,
where he's the high tone or something, or what?
and if I know she's been gone so long, I won't never let her leave. And I look to my left, and I see Bobby going, like, he was into the song.
Like you hit it. Like you got it on point, baby. Hell
He was
yeah.
jamming. And then, you know, I was just singing because I love that song. And I've sang it before. When I do go perform, I sing it in the set list. And so, but by that time he came back out, he was saying, man, he said he had told him, hey, come here, come check it out.
Yeah.
So see, before I was wanting to ask him about collaborating, and then this time, honestly, I didn't even think much of it because I didn't think that it was enough for him to say yes at any point because he didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
So I lost the thought a long time ago, but I remembered after the fact.
Yeah.
Because Wiley was like, hey man, we missed those songs. We can't do it because depending on the vocals we got, that's what we sing. This is true. And so, then I said, hey man, well, if y'all ever, in Houston, y'all need somebody.
Yeah.
Let me know. That's all I said. I didn't say nothing more. And he was like, yeah. And then David, he said, hey man, y'all sound pretty good, man. At the end, cuando estamos platicando.
Yeah.
He goes, y'all doing your thing, huh? I go, well, not really. I mean, we're just starting, you know? And he goes, no, man, you got something.
Good, man.
And it was kind of funny because...
And then coming from David Lee, huh?
Well, it's funny because I got discouraged for a minute. I said, damn, I wanted to do something with him, and I was looking for that moment.
Yeah.
But no, and I understood what he was saying was like, now you got something going on.
Yeah.
Which made a lot of sense because at the time the album wasn't out.
Yeah.
And what I'm starting to learn now, especially in the music, the best time to collaborate, there's two types of collaboration. Yeah. It's the opportunities that they give you to get up on stage with David Farias, and an opportunity to pull up your album and let somebody know or show what you've been doing now.
Exactly.
And there's no difference between both of them. It's just there's two different times. And so I had the opportunity to sing with David Farias, which was beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome,
It motivated me, and that's why I appreciate him.
Yeah.
Because he let me go on his stage. That's his stage.
Cool. And
for a man to do that, David, if you're watching, man, thank you, man. You don't know how much you motivate me or inspired me.
Hell yeah.
And David Farias did that. And so now with collaboration, like now, for instance, I got a phone call from a good friend of mine, now Gregory. He's at Red Room Records in Gonzales, Texas.
Okay. And
this is the first recording that I did that had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
It was their song, their production. They wanted my vocals. And so I think that's where I'm at right now. So, David Lee, if you're out there.
Hello.
How you doing? I'll sing another song if you like.
Aquí en YouTube también, hello. David.
There you got somebody.
Está bien, bro. That's cool, man. You got some good history, good times that, momentos, that you're always going to remember like that. Y también otra cosa, like, I want to let the raza know también, right here in the album, right here, raza. Is this available to purchase? Ahorita es puro online, like to stream.
Mundo, Cielo, the album that just came out is called Nueva Era. And I don't know if they can see it.
Yeah, the Nueva Era right here.
This one you can find the music on all the platforms. You can go to iTunes, iMusic, Spotify. You can find the music, but these right here. Mm-hmm. Now, is this for you? You want to keep it?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, if you want to open it,
yeah,
and I'll show you something.
All right.
The difference between the music that you're downloading and the difference between this one is that this one has a video.
Oh, damn, badass, man.
So we wrote a song, Ay Mujer. It's a cumbia. And that one I wrote in 2016.
Damn, this goes way back.
Yeah, so 2016 when I wrote this cumbia, I don't know why, but every time I had recorded it and sang it over and over, I kept picturing a scenario. And that's what led to doing the video. That's the only song that has a video. So,
oh, man,
so in
tight,
the front is your CD, but then you open it back here.
Like,
but if you open it back here, it's a hidden compartment, and there's your video right there.
Oh, tight. Check it out, Raza. Right there. Music video.
It's behind the actual DVD. I hope I didn't scratch it.
No, yeah, right.
So a lot of people called me and they were like, "Hey man, you said there was video in here, man." And I said, "Yeah, open the back." And then you hear him on the phone. "Oh yeah, babe, it's right here."
Yeah.
So yeah, we ended up doing the video for Ay Mujer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real nice video, and I directed it myself.
Awesome.
You
shot it here in Houston?
Yeah.
Orale.
And then I have my studio now, so part of it I did in my house studio.
Okay.
And we had 4 different sets. One was in the studio, one was at a bar, one was in an apartment, and the other one was at a shop, a body shop.
At a body shop?
Yeah, it's not your typical
Nah,
video.
that's cool, man. You gotta stay original, man.
Yeah, but it's a story, and it's a funny thing because all these songs have a history. All right, I mean, I wrote them for a reason. Let me just say it like that. All right, so.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you one thing, Raza. I've jammed this whole thing. I'll jam it on Amazon. You know, yeah. And every single song jams. Every single song jams, bro. Every single one is like, I mean, this one you put it up there where I put it up there with like David Lee, Jay Pettis, like all the pioneers. You did the production and la música is like, you know what, like you kept the rancheras for real, like Tejano music. It's freaking awesome, Plaza. So y'all make sure check it out. It's the Mundo y Cielo, and every major platform, right? Yeah, and if you wanna actually get a hold of this hard copy, go to Mundo y Cielo Facebook, and you can leave messages there. We can work it out. We could try to get it to you, mail it to you if you want to purchase it like that too. Which I recommend it, but I don't. Everybody where I go perform, they get this luxury. Oh, no. Because that's where I get to sell them. Como le digo la raza, man. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just old school like that. I'd rather have, like, physical copy. Yeah. Like, it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? You got your stacks of music, and kind of, hey, let me pop it out. Let me jam this. Let me jam this other one. And, you stream music, and I know it's like that's a new thing, right? But it ain't the same. Like, when you, like, let me listen and you pop it. Like, I mean, I got, like, look. I got tons of CDs, and I tell you, I feel good taking out and popping it. You know what I want to do is, I want to actually transform this into the old school album, and put it on the disc and everything, just because. Yeah. Because back in the day, you had your carton albums, your LPs. Yeah, just for the hell of it. I just seen something on Facebook. They turned your deal into that. Yeah. I just came across it the other day. You're talking about that. Is that where you see it? No, it crossed my mind. I was like, because back, like, you keep saying, you and so many people have said the same thing. They say there's nothing like keeping a hard copy of a CD because you can keep them versus hiding your music on your whatever, your phone or your computer. But having the copies where you can have it signed and display it or hang it, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I just think it's just an old school thing. No, and people want, believe it or not, I think a lot of people would still rather prefer to have a hard copy. Just have it. It's just physical. It's the sense of having it physical. Yeah, I can't have a tower with nothing in there. Something you paid for and your property. Exactly. That's the way it is. Pues está bien, carnal. Y'all remember, Raza, check out Mundo y Cielo on every major platform. The CD, he already told y'all. Y'all can go ahead and hit him up. And y'all figure it out right there to get your hard copy. And like I said, we got to keep Tejano strong. We got to get together, ¿verdad? And support these artists. stream their music. Like I tell everybody, and it's so easy to share the music. If you hear a good song, you hear a good album, it just one little button, share it, and from there it goes on to like 5 people, 10 people, 50 people. It's a culture that I hate when people say, "Oh, Tejano's not dying." To me, I think it's even coming back harder. To be honest, 'cause I hear so many new artists coming out, and so it's definitely not dead. And like I said, and otra cosa before I end this, is there any new music coming out like that you're working on?
Yes, there is.
All right.
There is. The whole COVID thing had backed us up because the album was done completely at the end of 2019.
All right.
When we got hit by the mandates and everything on 2020. So I haven't even had an official CD release party because of that.
Oh, dang, that's right.
So here we are, almost 2 years later.
Yeah.
And I'm trying still to sacarle sabor
like come out like
al album. But nonetheless, I am working on new music. I have a few songs already written. This album has a country song.
Yeah, I heard it the other day.
It's the only English song in there. I'm bilingual. I love all kinds of music. I want to try some R&B.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm gonna slide off the grid a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I want to see. And,
hey, throw one in there. Make a single.
Well, hold on. No, I forgot to tell you that when I was going to karaoke bars, I was also singing stuff like Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, okay.
And so when I was singing those songs, they were like, who that? And then they would see, little chubby fat boy singing some music.
That boy got some soul in him.
That's coming out of him. And I kid you not. So there was these other bars I used to go to because they always wanted me to sing those. And that one and Always and Forever and some 80s songs. And I'm not going to do all that in the CD.
No, of course, yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is that I want to see if I can. I want to write some English music.
Cool.
And I want to put it out there. And yes, there is though. I have some. Oh man, I have some real nice Tejano music already under construction.
All right. You think you might release at least how sometimes people release one single before you release the whole full album? You think you might release one like that?
I might do the singles releases versus a new album.
Oh, okay, just one here, maybe a month here, another.
Yeah,
one.
Because what I'm gonna do is
it's hard, right? It's hard. Yeah.
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
First of all, the album was a goal. I'll tell you real quick how the album came about.
Okay.
Because when I went to San Antonio to sing, I was able to sing for a fanfare, and I sang "Vuélveme a Amar," which is, look it up, guys. You can YouTube it if you want. Mundo, Cielo, Vuélveme a Amar, a beautiful song. And so it was a good, nice, upbeat ranchera. Everybody started saying, "Hey man, that is a good song." There was even words of me participating in the Tejano Music Awards, or even to line up for a Grammy.
Cool.
But they didn't know that I was new, and to be a part of that, to be nominated, you have to have an album.
Oh yeah, I was reading that. That's true.
And 7, I think it's 7 or more, at least 7 of those songs have to be new, or half the album, or something like that. But you have to have some new music, and you can sing cover songs in that album, but it has to be officially, where you have something that you wrote.
Yeah.
Whether it was just one song and then just sing nothing but covers. I think that's what it was. I don't remember. The tal they told me, hey, write, 2 more, and then just do the rest covers.
Okay, you're in.
And you have an album, and you be able, to be qualified to be nominated. And that was too fast for me, man.
Yeah.
All right, because I'm over here barely starting
the
thing. So here I am. Okay, well, I wrote the next song, which was Ay Mujer. And then I wrote another song. And then I kept coming back, and I was telling people that were close to me, hey, I got to know, this was bad too, man.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, stop writing. You don't need to start writing, start writing no more. But I kept writing.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I popped out with 11 songs, man. And they were there. You know, so you know what? There's no room for cover songs. You know what? Sing one. Said, nah, let's just put it all originally like that.
Yeah.
And that's how that happened. So
that's how you were in. Because I remember you posted pictures. How long was it ago when you went to the awards deal? I say you when you were with Loredo, right? Y'all went together. I saw something like that, right?
Right, when we walked the carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there, you know, you start to. Well, even at the time, the album wasn't completely done. It was under, but.
That's another.
They were They give the good thing about that, which was also a blessing, that they were recognizing us already as a band.
Oh, okay.
Official.
Cool.
They wanted us to be there, and so we were there, and so it was an honor.
Cool. That's awesome, bro. That's super awesome, man. Well, there you have it, Raza. Mundo. Wait, Raimundo, right?
My name is Raimundo.
Raimundo. You don't mind just they call you Mundo?
No, I mean the name. That's my name. Everybody's calling me Mundo.
Because I was gonna put when I said Raimundo, and I was like, I don't need. But then he put Raimundo. I said, shit, that's it. I go, maybe he wants to be called Raimundo, right?
No, they call me Mundo.
Órale.
Because I was born, you know, the whoopings.
Keep it short, right?
Kid, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Family,
Well, está bien, Raza. Well, check it out. I want to thank everybody that was tuning in or later on that's going to watch these videos. That's Mundo y Cielo from Houston, Texas. Music available on every major platform. Every single song jams. I promise. I promise, Raza. You got anything you want to thank to anybody? Or?
Yeah, I want to, if you haven't heard any of our music, go on YouTube if you like. And there is a channel. You can subscribe to it. Mundo y Cielo, you'll find it. And Nueva Era, you can find the album on any platform, iMusic, iCloud.
iTunes.
I'm gonna start making up all kinds of names. They're everywhere.
On MySpace.
iVecina. You'll find it. You'll find it. And like I said, if you want to get in touch with me, look it up, Mundo y Cielo, Facebook, Mundo y Cielo.
Nueva Era.
And you can ask me more about the hard copy. I can hook you up. And there's a lot of stuff coming up right now because of the whole COVID. I have to strategically, plan events. And but other than that, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. It's giving me the opportunity to work internally. So that's what I'm doing now. And big shout out to everybody that does support my music. Thank you for listening and supporting New Tejano music. If you got somebody out there that's starting, encourage them, and tell them to teach them to be humble. And if your family or relative, somebody support them, it's a beautiful thing. And thank you. Saludos a todos de parte de Mundo y Cielo desde Houston, Texas.
All right, Raza, that was Raimundo, Mundo y Cielo. Badass voice. Y'all check it out, Raza. Peace.
Saludos, gracias a todos.
There we go. There we go. Ya se puso caliente la cheve.
No, it's good. It's sat there waiting for me.
It's all good.
I like the Catalite.
No, it's good.
This is Mexico's Bud Light.
That's Mexico's beer, baby.
Mexico's Bud Light. And Mexico's Budweiser is the red.
Oh, yeah, exactly. There we go.